Hey, Amy Posner here, and I want to talk to you today about whether or not you should join copywriting groups and who you should be talking to. Okay, so we have a really fortunate situation in the copywriting community, at least at this point in time. There are a number of places that you can congregate with other copywriters, talk about copy skills, talk about jobs, gigs, share work, get work, but there's a lot of them. Is it important to belong to a group? What do you get out of being in a group anyway? Especially since so many of us copywriters are kind of loners, right? We like to go in our cave and be by ourselves and do our own thing. My first experience with a group of copywriters was a mastermind. And for a long time, I just didn't invest in those kinds of programs. I don't know why. I had business success. I got into business accidentally in my 20s. Was in business for a few decades. And I really felt like I didn't need a whole lot of company. And I did not feel like I needed advice, but I really didn't feel like I needed, business community. Well, fast forward to probably about 2015 or maybe 2014. And there was a mastermind I really, really wanted to be in. I really wanted to learn from this particular person. And the mastermind was spendy. It was $12,000. And I had never, ever spent that kind of money before on something that wasn't, like a major purchase, like a house or a car. And so it felt like a lot of money. I was sure my partner would think I was out of my mind. It just felt like a really huge, big deal. Turned out, all the cards lined up and I joined that mastermind. And it was one of the best investments in myself that I've ever made. And I have made many more since. Probably, I don't even know if I want to say how many tens of thousands of dollars I've invested in these masterminds. But I feel like every time that I do, with one exception, a group that I just wasn't a fit in, I feel like I've gained an incredible amount and gotten an incredible amount of value. And it's not always from what I imagined. Now, I had heard for a long time over the years, you have to be in the right rooms. That made sense to me. I had gotten myself in some of the right rooms to get business. What I didn't realize was that being in a room of my colleagues would benefit me as much as it did, like intellectually and financially. That was a really big surprise. But what happened was, for the first time, I got perspective. I got perspective on my work versus other people's work, and not in a competitive way, but just to know, am I good enough? How do I stack up? Can I really be charging the fees that I want to charge? Is my work good enough, compared to other people out there? So I got that perspective. But what I got that was even greater was I got the networking part about being in the right room. So many opportunities came to me from knowing those people in that sort of intimate way. Masterminds can get very, intimate. You share a lot of what's going on in your business, and if you're being truthful, it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And so these people, you get to know these people, and they get to know you, and you feel an affinity with them. And so, plus the quality of their work and the content of their character, right? You know what they're like. You know whether, there's somebody that you'd want to work with or learn from, or if there's somebody you'd want to refer to a client or bring to a client. There's a level of intimacy there that ends up forging relationships and making connections. That was huge for me because it really changed the way that I did business. And so, to answer the question for you, should you be in a group and at what point? I'm not a fan of people, going into debt to finance, their learning or their education. On the other hand, I think it is really, really important to invest in your business for a couple of reasons. One is there's really a lot to learn and there's a lot to know. The other is it makes a statement about you to you, which may sound odd, but we do a lot of self-deprecating, negative self-talk. We just do. I hear it from people all the time. I do it myself. I know when our confidence is lacking and we're not feeling good about things, we show up in a whole different way. And when you've got this sort of the confidence and the camaraderie of being in a group and you feel like you have perspective on your work and you see what other people are doing and what you're doing relative to what they're doing, it just makes you feel more in this flow of your business and of the marketplace, and it helps you to make more money. It just does, because it gives you that kind of perspective. So I am a big fan of being in groups. I think since that mastermind that I joined, all those years ago, I've rarely not been part of a group like that. Last year I was in a 6-month mastermind. I continued it. I'll be in that same mastermind for a year, and I'll probably continue it longer if it goes longer. I just found it's hugely beneficial to me. The outside perspective and the outside eyes, you just can't underestimate. It's so valuable. Make your decisions, in accordance with what you need and what your budget is. Don't join something because you have FOMO. Don't, join something because, somebody else is joined or the cool kids are hanging out there. Join something when you can afford it and you believe, being around that group of people will raise your anything. It'll raise your visibility. It'll raise your knowledge. It'll raise your confidence. It'll raise your belief in what you're doing. Those things are hugely important, and I don't think you can underestimate them, especially when you are working for yourself. So I hope this helps. This helps you to think about it and maybe pushes you off the fence a little bit if you need that push. And again, I'm not advocating going into debt, but I am advocating spending some of your profits, reinvesting your profits in your business, and by doing that in yourself. And I think the rewards are just tremendous. There are 2 opportunities to do that with me. I offer a mastermind. It's very small and exclusive. It's closed at the moment. Its goal is to help you figure out what's yours to do and then help you actually be doing it by the end of 6 months, which is a big deal. It's a lot of figuring out and shifting and pivoting, but the end result is people who are way happier with what they're doing and making more money, which is both of those are really good things. I am about to launch a membership program where you can get access to me to ask questions. It could be about pricing one week, about copy the next, but it's a way to get access to me and to verify that in fact you're in the right place and doing the right thing. Because I can't tell you how many people say to me on a regular basis, "Gee, I just don't know if I'm cut out for this." And that's exactly the phrase they use. I heard that again this morning. "I just don't know if I'm cut out for this." And then after they get some perspective, they get that they are cut out for it. I mean, this woman is so cut out for this career. Her copy is stellar and she's brand new. So she still has all of the practice and all of the experience to layer on that, but she's got a natural talent, and her potential for a great career is just amazing. But anyway, the point of the membership is to have access, basically to have me in your back pocket. So you're putting together a proposal, you got a question. If you pricing something and you've got a question, you want a copy reviewed before you submit it to a client. Part of my copy chiefing service. So it's all the things that I do wrapped into an affordable service. There are wait lists for those on the page. The mastermind is currently closed and opens in January, and the membership should open in about a month or so. I hope this was helpful. I hope you will consider investing in yourself and in your business and finding out if you're cut out for this. Please don't quit before you find that out, because it's a brilliant career. So some of the people who think that they are not cut out for this find out that it is actually the perfect career for them, and that could be you too. So thanks for watching, and bye for now. If you'd like to be notified when these videos drop every week, click the bell and you will be notified. Bye for now.